Hello everyone, welcome to Realtors online platform. A big thanks to all of our subscribers. And if this is your first time on this channel, please kindly click on the subscription button below so you can get notifications whenever we post new videos, informative and educative videos. Also, if you have any comments for us, kindly use the comment section. Feed us back with whatever you think we need to work on or whatever things that need to be improved. Thank you. So today we'll be looking at simultaneous equations. How do you solve equations simultaneously? If you look at the other side of the board, you see that I have a couple of questions that we're going to be working with today. Now, it is very important to note that there are various methods of solving simultaneous equations, and I've just listed two here, which is the substitution method and the elimination method. Now, simultaneous means you are doing two or more things together at the same time. But for the case of this video, we're going to be looking at how to solve two equations together with two unknowns. We have two unknowns and two equations, and we're going to look at how we're going to solve them. Now, let's begin. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to be looking at how to solve simultaneous equation using substitution method. And I have three questions that we're going to be looking at together. The first one is x plus y equals to 1, and then x minus y is equals to 3. Now, how do I solve this? What is x? What is y? I want to solve using the substitution method. This is the first thing to do. Kindly note your equations. Call this equation 1 and call this equation 2. Now you can pick any of the two equations. I'm picking from equation 1. So you say from equation 1. We know that x plus y is equals to 1. So you either make x or y the subject of the formula. Why? Because they only have 1 as their coefficients. So as to make life easy for us. Now let's just make x the subject of the formula. We'll say x is equals to 1 minus y. Call this equation 3. What then is the next thing to do? Substitute x is equals to 1 minus y in equation 2. Now it is important to note that if you had gotten equation 3 from equation 2, you substitute in equation 1. Don't forget, if you have gotten equation 3 from equation 2, you substitute in equation 1. But for the purpose of this, I got equation 3 from equation 1. That was why I had to substitute in equation 2. I hope that is clear. So let's go. Now, equation 2 is x minus y is equals to 3. Now, my x now is 1 minus y. And then I still have my minus y, which is equals to what? 3. That means this x is the same thing as all of this here. So what do I do next? I can say 1 minus y is equals to 3. What is minus y? That's simply minus 2y is equals to 3 minus 1. And then minus 2y is equals to 2. Then I can divide both sides by minus 2, divide both sides by minus 2. And I'll get my y to be equals to minus 1. Having gotten this, what is x? Coming over here, I have that my x is equals to 1 minus y. So what you do, this is equation 3. So what you do is substitute y is equals to minus 1 in equation 3. What does that mean? It means that x is equals to 1 minus 1, which means that x is equals to 1 plus 1, and x is equals to what? 2. So we can clearly see that x is equals to 2 and y is equals to minus 1. Let's check if our solution is correct. 2 minus 1 is what? Since our y is minus 1, this is going to be 2 plus minus 1. That's going to be 2 minus 1. So we have 2 plus minus 1, which is 2 minus 1. And we can see that This is 1. Also coming over here, we have 2 minus minus 1, which is 2 plus 1, and that is 3. And we can clearly see that x equals to 2 and y is equals to minus 1 satisfies this given equation. Moving on, moving on. Question B. We have P minus 2Q is equals to minus 1. Call this equation 1. And we have 5P minus Q is equals to 4. Call this equation 2. Don't forget, let's move from equation 1. Like I said earlier, we could use either equation 2 or equation 1. But let me even try equation 2. Let's try equation 2 and see what we're going to have. From equation 2, we could try from equation 1 and let's see whether we're going to get the same thing. From equation 2, I have 5p minus q is equals to 4. I can say that minus q is equals to 4 minus 5p. And then say that q is equals to minus 4 plus 5p, which will in turn give us q is equals to 5p minus 4. This is our equation 3. Now the next thing to do is to substitute q is equals to 5p minus 4 into equation 1. Don't forget, we got equation 3 from equation 2. That's why we're using equation 1. Equation 1. Okay, good. Let's continue. It means anywhere I see q in equation 1, I replace it with 5p. And don't forget, my equation 1 is 5p minus 2q is equals to minus 1, which means that I'm going to have p minus 2 into 5p minus 4 is equals to minus 1, which means that p minus 10p plus 8 is equals to minus 1. So I can have that p minus 10p is equals to 1 minus 1 minus 8, and then it means that minus 9 is equals to minus 9. Divide both by minus 9, and I have p to be equals to 1. Now I need to get q. From you can use either equation 1, 2, or 3. But let's see what will happen if we use equation 3. Now the next thing to do is substitute e is equals to 1 in equation 3. And don't forget, q is equals to 5p minus 4. When p is equals to 1, so q is equals to 5 into brackets 1 minus 4. Then q is equals to 5 minus 4. And we can kindly get q to be equals to 1. So with that being said, you can see that our p is 1 and q is also 1. So let's check. 1 minus 2. Because 2 times 1 is 2. So 1 minus 2 will give you minus 1. And then 5 times 1, 5 minus 1 will give us 4. And with that, we've checked. We've seen that our answer is actually very correct. So moving on to the third one. This is a combination of a linear equation and a quadratic equation. We're still going to use substitution method, and it's just very simple. So let's go. A plus b is equals to 4. Then a minus b all squared is equals to 36. This is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Just like I said, from equation 1, a plus b is equals to 4. Then implies that a is equals to 4 minus b. Sorry, that's 4 minus b. Then the next thing is substitute a is equals to 4 minus b into equation 2. Don't forget equation 2. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, now let's continue. Substitute this into equation 2. We're going to have, don't forget equation 2 is a minus b all squared is equals to 36. And then my a is 4 minus b minus b all squared is equals to 36. So this is going to be 4 minus 2b all squared is equals to 36. Now, how do you expand? Let me teach you a simpler way of expanding. Once you have a plus b all squared, what do? You pick the first one and you square it, pick the other number and you square it. Multiply these two together. A times b is ab. Then multiply it again by 2. That means you're going to double it. You're going to have 2ab. Now let's apply the same thing to 4 minus 2b all squared. Like I said, I'm going to pick the first one and square it, 4 squared, plus pick the second one and square it, minus 2b all squared. Then you multiply these two together, you're going to get minus 8b. Then you multiply it by 2 again. So in turn, I'm going to have 16 plus 4b squared minus 16b. I hope that is clear. So coming back to this, 4 minus 2b all squared is equals to 36. And we know that this is 4 minus 2b all squared is 16 plus 4b squared minus 16b is equals to 36. So we're going to take 16 to the other side. So we have 4b squared minus 16b is equals to 36 minus 16. So 4b squared minus 16b is equals to 20. So we can decide to divide through by 4. So we're going to have 4b squared over 4 minus 16b over 4 is equals to 20 over 4. So you have b squared minus 4b is equals to 5. So we can say b squared minus 4b minus 5 is equals to 0. This has led us to a quadratic equation, and we have a couple of methods to solve quadratic equation. One of which is the factorization method. The other one is called completing the square. The third one is use of general formula, and we also have the quadratic. We also have the graphical method. Good. So now this we're going to be using factorization method here, and that is going to give us b squared minus 5b plus b minus 5 is equals to 0. One of the reasons why I said to subscribe to our channel is because of stuff like this. We're going to treat this in another video. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so that I can get notification whenever I post new videos. So this is going to be b into b minus 5 plus 1 into b minus 5 is equals to 0. So b plus 1 into b minus 5 is equals to 0. So b plus 1 is equals to 0, or b minus 5 is equals to 0. So I can in turn say that b is equals to 0 minus 1, or b is equals to 0 plus 5. So b is equals to minus 1, or b is equals to 5. Having gotten that, we need to get our values of a too. So what we do is we say when b is equals to minus 1, a is equals to 4 minus b. So a is going to be 4 minus minus 1, and a is going to be 4 plus 1, which means a is going to be 5. So writing is a is 5 and b is minus 1. Don't forget, we're still going to check our solution if it is true or not. Also, when b is equals to 5, and b is equals to 5, we have a is equals to 4 minus b, which means a is equals to 4 minus 5, and it means a is equals to minus 1, which you can say minus 1, and 5. So now let's check. For when a is 5 and b is minus 1, if a is 5, 5 minus 1 will give us 4. Then 5 minus minus 1 whole square, that's 5 plus 1 whole square, which is 6. 6 squared will give us 36. Let's check also for when a is minus 1. Minus 1 plus 5 is also going to give us 4. Then minus 1 minus 5 is minus 6. Minus 6 dot squared is also 36. So like I said, don't forget, please kindly click on the subscription button so that I can get notification whenever we post new videos. And in this video, I've been able to teach you how to use substitution method to solve simultaneous equation. With that being said, I think that will be all for today. Bye. See you in the next